The Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League leaks are true, much to our disappointment. Hi, I'm Jacob Berry. Welcome to my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe right here on StudioJake. Okay, so a couple of weeks back, I discussed some very concerning leaks regarding not only the last outing of the Arkhamverse Batman, but also the last performance of Kevin Conroy as the Dark Knight. And basically, it boiled down to the premise of the game, right? So it's Brainiac, he's invaded Metropolis, he's controlling people, and he gets control of the Justice League. And hence the Suicide Squad is sent in to destroy the Justice League, and hence the name. And I guess they succeed in killing some of the members, and one of them is Batman. Now, had this not taken place in the Arkhamverse, or Kevin Conroy not returned, or Arlene Sorkin voiced Harley Quinn, I might not have cared that much about what is happening in this game. But all those factors are in play. So basically, the leaks were the Justice League has gone evil, and with Batman specifically, they find out that Batman has, at least according to the clip that I saw, he has murdered Robin after getting under the thumb of Brainiac. And Suicide Squad walks in, and Harley Quinn's reaction is talk about taking out the middleman. Okay, so disrespectful to Tim Drake, who is the Robin in the Arkhamverse. And Batman appears. I guess you fight him as a boss, and you win because it's the Suicide Squad's game. And then Harley Quinn does this long, boring monologue about just basically disparaging Batman and, criticizing how he handles crime fighting. And it's like, okay, Harley Quinn is a murderer and she's the sidekick of a murderer. I know nowadays, because of Margot Robbie, everyone thinks Harley Quinn is supposed to be this grandiose character. And then also DC writers have turned her into a Deadpool wannabe. But Harley Quinn is supposed to be the Joker's little sidekick, and she's a good character, don't get me wrong. She's created by the great Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, but now what they've done with her has just totally ruined her character and made her completely worthless. And we're seeing that here in this game. And so she kind of mocks Batman, and she does this whole thing where she's like, I bet you didn't think it was me at the end. And then Batman responds, are you done with your bad stand-up routine? And then she kills him. And it is just such a dumb death for Arkham Batman and for Kevin Conroy as Batman. This game completely destroys mythology and lore behind Batman, certainly behind Harley Quinn. And I just think that the game developers did a poor job. I will not be purchasing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I won't know part of that. I'm going to remember Kevin Conroy's Batman and certainly the Arkham Batman as it was. And I'm considering this video game bad fanfic because this is just entirely insulting to his legacy. Now, I hear people in the comments when I made my last video about how I was disappointed, and they were like, oh, but Kevin Conroy took the role. Me. Okay, voice acting in video games is different than voice acting in a television show. And for one thing, if Kevin Conroy had not tragically passed away, I probably would have just been disappointed, kind of how like I was with Batman the Killing Joke, but I wouldn't be as upset. But it's the fact that this is going to be his final role, that this is the ultimate disappointment of all that he stood for as the character, because he wasn't just a voice actor who came in and got a paycheck. He actively participated in the fandom. He would do panels. He did videos for some of his fans who were going through troubles in life. He was a good man. And so to see this disgusting way that the game developers have done this, it's just hurtful. And it goes for the Arkham universe as well. It's totally unraveling the continuity. For one thing, the film Batman Assault on Arkham, which should have been called Suicide Squad Assault on Arkham. Batman is barely in it. Establishes different things about some of the characters, and this game toys with that. Also, they introduce a new Joker who is struggling with himself or something, some nonsense like that. It's absolutely stupid. Again, Joker is a serial killer. He's a sadist. They've made it clear he's not crazy in the sense that he needs to be medicated or see a doctor. He's just an evil sadist who finds joy in harming people and baffling Batman. That's all there is to his character. All this philosophizing about him and Batman's relationship, it's so stupid. And now with this new Joker who's just trying to find himself, he's you know, an antithesis to what the Joker should be as a villain. And I mentioned Arlene Sorkin. I think if she had returned as Harley Quinn, I think it would make it more acceptable, because the voice actress who's doing it in this game basically just making Harley Quinn sound like Timmy Turner instead of Harley Quinn. And so I think if it had been Arlene Sorkin voicing Harley Quinn, speaking to Batman in this way, it still would have hurt, but just not as much, because you had that legacy there, that connection between the two characters, because she says, I bet you didn't think it would be me at the end, and then she kills him, right? And so what thing? And also, Arlene Sorkin voiced Harley Quinn in the first Arkham game, so this would have been a good callback, even if they couldn't get her back for more. And I know Arlene Sorkin's retired, so that would have been a little bit more difficult, but still, I think that it would have lessened the hurt a little bit. So I'm very disappointed that Warner Brothers Games, Montreal, Rocksteady let this get out. And a lot of the people who are just going to buy it just because they're Arkham verse nuts, or just because they're Harley Quinn obsessed, I think that it's going to hurt with them as well, because the game was released early in New Zealand for some reason, and there are talks of bugs, of the game crashing, of it not being able to get online, and for some reason they made this an online only game, so you can't even play it offline. With the Spider-Man games, you can at least play them online. With the Arkham games, you could at least play them offline. Sorry, not online, offline. The Spider-Man games you can play online and offline. Batman Arkham games you can play online and offline as well. But with this one, they decided to go all online, and which is a stupid move. I don't know what it is with these video game companies where they're making all these dumb decisions, saying, "Oh, you're not really buying the game; you're just renting it. Get over it. Oh, you can't have a hard copy of this. Get over it." I honestly think gamers are not going to put up with this for very long, and certainly Batman fans like myself, who are very angry and disappointed in seeing Kevin Conroy's legacy openly mocked like this by these video game developers, by Warner Brothers. If you were to ask me, what would you have done differently when you realized the backlash to the leaks, I would have altered the scene maybe. I would have changed how it worked out a little bit. And I know Kevin Conroy's passed away, so he couldn't come back and do new lines, but they could have edited, they could have used archival language to make it more understandable, make it work better, but they didn't do that. And so I think this game is going to be ultimately a failure. It's still going to win awards because gaming award companies love to award games that the fans hate. I mean, I don't know why they're like that, but if you look at the best sellers and the games that the gamers praise versus the ones that get awards, it's really not even close to the norm, I should say. They keep saying it's for artistic merits, but it's not. It's just because they're patting their friends on the back so they can get access to early releases and review copies. That's all this is. It's just a game to them, like how they have ruined Kevin Conroy's reputation. Well, I shouldn't say they have ruined it. I should say they attempted to ruin it, because Kevin Conroy is going to be, his memory, his legacy as Batman is going to be around forever. So I hope Warner Brothers is smart and they've realized that this fan backlash is going to be really brutal. So what they'll hopefully do is they'll take, because he did a ton of lines over the years, all for Warner Brothers. If they take maybe some audio files, some audio recordings from him, and make some sort of video in remembrance to him, I think that that would work out very well. That's what they need to do, because the backlash from this has just been crazy. Before, people were saying, oh, the leaks may not be true. Well, now we know they're true because of this clip that got released. And I just think that they're in for a world of hurt. Rocksteady will never be trusted again, because they were saying they were going to make sequels to this game. I don't think the sales from this game, especially after this Kevin Conroy scandal, is going to work. I hate to say it was true, all of it. I don't care you saying, oh, get over it, Jacob, get over it, Jacob. No. They even have shills trying to say Kevin Conroy doesn't sound like Batman. They have these shills that got these early review codes, or they were beta testers or whatever they were, and they were like, oh, Kevin Conroy doesn't sound like Batman. Okay, put down the soy mocha latte and be quiet. Okay, I watched the pilot of Batman the Animated Series. Kevin Conroy introduced the character of Batman to me and millions of others. So sit down, shut up, and either play the game and enjoy your early access, enjoy your easy access to all Warner Brothers has to offer you. Not me. I'm going to stand up and say what Warner Brothers Games Montreal did, what Rocksteady did, was wrong, and it is an insult, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guy.